Dumped my girlfriend over a creepy joke she made regarding our intimate life, and now I can't tell anyone I know without looking like a psycho. My 23 male, ex-girlfriend, 25 female, and I were together for just under 8 months, and we clicked. Got along like a house on fire from the moment we met. We had a lot in common, from our morals, to our goals, to our taste in music. My family? They love her. Probably more than they do me. My mom wanted a daughter so bad she couldn't stand it growing up. She had 4 sons before she just gave up. It was probably 3 months ago now that we had been on the couch while I watched a movie and she scrolled TikTok. Not a TikTok hate post. Scrolling can be fun. I'm just more of a YouTube guy. Speaking of showing me videos, she showed me one of a man holding his son, and dancing to a song. She laughed and said something about how good I would look as a dad, which was pretty weird considering, as far as I knew, both of us were child-free by choice. God knows I am. I tried to take it as a joke, and mention that it was too bad, so sad, she would never know. I thought she would respond with something about how there's nothing sad about avoiding it or something. She has never given me indication before this that she wanted children. And she started giggling this evil giggle, and said something like, I don't know, it only takes one broken rubber. In this sing-song voice that I'm not even joking gave me freaking goosebumps. The implication was clear in her tone. Was she making a joke about poking holes in condoms? To me? For real? I tried to laugh it off, but it made me so damn uncomfortable. Like skin-crawling levels of skeeve the fuck out. And after that my intimate interest for her was entirely gone. It's like I processed her as a threat or something. To be entirely honest, my libido in general is entirely gone. Still hasn't come back. It feels like it's hibernating or something, until the scary lady is gone. I know what you're thinking, why didn't you communicate? And I tried, a couple times, but when she said oh my god, I was kidding you big baby, but never denied that the joke was about that. I dropped it, and stopped bringing it up. I didn't think it was worth the fight at that point, because while I still do care about her, a lot, I do not feel comfortable even going to sleep around her, and there is no way that is gonna mesh with a healthy relationship. If there's no trust, there's no relationship, that's how I feel, right? So I broke up with her, and when I told her, I said it was because I really needed to focus on myself. I didn't see a point in telling her then, it would have just pissed her off. As is, she seemed to take it in stride, not angry, or concerningly upset, so that's good. My family is even more heartbroken about this than I am, and I haven't been handling it well either. They've been begging me to reconsider, but there's no way I'm doing that. And there's no chance I'm telling them the whole story, especially my mom. She'd lose it, she's constantly asking for grandchildren. Even my dad, who doesn't really care about that and knows he's more likely to get grandkids from my younger siblings, would probably tell me I'm overreacting. So, they got the same story I told her. It's frustrating because I know, logically, it's no big deal and even kind of a joke, but at the same time, it's been upsetting and honestly kind of sad. I know I'm overreacting, but in the moment it felt like my only option, and I really don't want to take it back even if I am. I know you may think I'm paranoid, and I probably am, but I just could not stop thinking about it. After she told that joke, I think it was gonna end one way or another, so I'm glad it ended on decent terms instead of trying to stay and fix everything until I hated her. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but like I said, no one to talk to about this because being unreasonable in real life is like a criminal arrest and I'm trying to avoid another of that particular black mark on my reputation. Anyway, off to research vasectomies because I will not be entering another relationship, or becoming any kind of active with anyone until then. Edit to add, I was clear, from the very beginning. And from what she had told me she was on the same page. I would never have dated her for 8 months if I thought she wanted kids, because I wouldn't want to waste someone's time like that. If she wanted kids she could have just said so instead of whatever that was. Also, someone asked me if I was responsible for taking care of my siblings growing up. I am the eldest and the next oldest is 16. You would be correct that this is a big reason that I don't want children. My dad and I get along okay now, but my mom and I still fight about it a lot because the way she sees it, it was my responsibility to take care of my brothers the way I did, and it's just the way things are. Apparently when I have kids I'll know. My mother had been a stay-at-home mom, but I still remember each time she got pregnant the way my list of crap would grow. By the time I was in middle school I was in charge of the youngest two anytime I was home, and if they got into anything or caused trouble, it was my ass that was grass, and mom's belt and dad's board were the lawnmower. Edit, I want to defend my mother, just a little or maybe why I haven't went no contact. The reason she thinks it's the responsibility of the oldest, is because that is how she, an eldest sibling herself, was raised. On top of that, I do think that she suffered pretty heavily from PPD during this time. I don't think my mother is some heartless monster or even a lazy parent. I think she was going through a hard time mentally and handled it the best she knew how, which was to lean on someone she shouldn't have, which is me. I just want to add this because this post has a lot of attention and I don't want anyone to think poorly of her for something that was out of her control. I don't blame my brothers for any of this. Hell, we joke around about it. I still talk to and see them regularly and we actually have a trip planned to go fishing out of state in a couple months. I love them more than anything, so I get a little defensive when people start acting like they know anything about them or me. I know I should work on that too, but it's a problem. Rude people, man. They get to me. I know I should go to therapy, and I've tried, but there aren't many options without a waitlist near me, so I'm kind of at a standstill. The fact of it is, even if the therapist changed my fears, I know what I want from life and it isn't children. I've done my time changing diapers and such and I really don't want to go back to the most miserable time in my life. Before anyone asks, yes, my ex knew all of this. Update 2 months later. Well, I never ever thought I would update, but I have one lol. Like I thought I had lost the password to this account and everything, but it was saved in the notes on my laptop. This isn't much of an update, but I can say that I did end up telling my friends more about the breakup, after I found out my ex is trying for a baby with her new boyfriend, who also happens to be her ex. Also, I wasn't stalking her to get this information. I live in a small town, and 2 of my friends came to me and told me. They said they didn't want me to find out from someone else, but I didn't really care outside of the relief that now I was sure that she wasn't pregnant during the breakup, something that had been giving me nightmares. They calmed down. Apparently both of them thought I would react badly to the information and spiral or something. Whatever. I know a lot of people said I had taken a joke and overreacted, was a cruel-hearted and evil misogynist trying to control her body and everything else, but this just confirmed to me that she was never joking. I mean, it's been a little over 2 months since the breakup, and she's trying to have a baby. I'm not angry at her anymore, not at all. In fact, I'm happy for her, because if this is what she wants, good for her. I just wish she could have told me sooner, so as to not waste either of our times. I've been working on getting a vasectomy, but as of now it hasn't happened yet. But as I mentioned in the last post, I won't be intimately or romantically active to any degree with anyone but my hand until that's completed. I think I'm lightly traumatized. This is a joke. You can laugh. What else? I'm thinking about getting a new dog? I have nothing else to add here, but thanks anyway. OP on his final thoughts of getting a vasectomy. OP, yeah, I explained it in the last post to a degree, but I didn't really get into my medical anxiety. I have it really bad, and even when I made my last post I knew I was going to have to get one, because I realized trusting someone else with my future, no matter how trustworthy they may seem, isn't enough. I have never, and never intend to make love without a rubber. Even after the vasectomy, and every woman I've been with intimately has expressed that they are also child-free, and are on birth control of some kind. I am not into taking chances. I wouldn't mentally be able to handle having a child, and I would be a terrible father. I knew it was my time to take it into my own hands after last time, but was still extremely nervous, to the point that I was considering becoming celibate, just to avoid the possibility altogether. It was actually the men, and wives of men on Reddit who reached out after my last post, and explained that they understood the nerves, and they were natural, but that it really wasn't as scary, or as painful as it sounds. I am very thankful for that, because it helped me to get up the balls, pun not intended, to bring it up with my doctor and start the process. Some even gave me advice on how to deal with the healing process, which I have fully taken under advisement. I'm hoping that afterward I feel the same way they do, confused and frustrated with myself as to why I didn't do it sooner.